Hi everybody, this is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave with a slightly different format for you. I'm going to update my wave count for Solana with you. Members asked me to update Polygon and Solana. I'll get Solana done today. I've just updated my data. It's not on a feed from Cryptocurrencies, they don't have it. And it's basically just gone sideways, so the low remains intact. I'm going to bring the invalidation point up here. This is going to be a long video. I'm just going to work through my thinking of how I do this Elliott Wave count for you. So a lot of people find this format really useful. It helps them learn Elliott Wave. 8.14 is the invalidation point now. So within cycle 3, no second wave correction can move beyond its start. This looks like a double zigzag. I'm just going to chuck some labels in here. I think this looks like a zigzag here. And I think this, I don't know, it depends where that high is. Yeah, and then this is an impulse. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so cycle 2 looks like a double zigzag. Cycle 3 may only be an impulse. Let's get some labels in here. This might be a little bit brief for primary 1, but I think, yeah, I'm going to put primary 1 in there like that. And so I think I'm also going to put intermediate 1 and 2 in here like this. I'm going to save that, and from this weekly chart, I want to create a daily and look at some detail of intermediate 1 and 2. Okay, let's get some details in intermediate wave 1 to see if it does indeed subdivide as an impulse. It looks like a pretty good 5 up. No, I don't want to put that there. This is going to have to go here. And is this going to fit? I don't know if this is going to fit as an impulse. If I put this here, then this, oh, it does, okay. Oh, slightly surprising, but yeah, that works, okay. This looks like maybe it's a single or double zigzag. Let's try a single zigzag first. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's try a diagonal, bit of overlapping in there. Oh yeah, that might work. Yep, the wavelengths work. And the trend lines work mostly. That'll do. Don't know if this is going to work though. A running flat, don't like that at all. Yeah, no, C hasn't moved beyond the end of A. No, I think this whole thing is a double zigzag. Let's try that. Start off with the most likely structure and then move to a lesser likely structure. So the most common corrective structure by quite a wide margin is a single zigzag, and after that a double zigzag. This isn't going to work. Oh, is this a triple? Okay, well let's try A here. Okay, so 988443, this high is not above that, so I don't want to see B over there because it would be, it'd have a running flat in there, and that's so rare. And C's not going to subdivide as a 5-wave structure. Let's try a diagonal. No, 3 is longer than 1, but 5 is shorter than 3, and 4 is shorter than 2, and 5 is longer than 1. The wavelengths don't work for a diagonal. I don't think I can see a diagonal for A over here. Is this even going to work? Nah, it's just not going to work, is it? Three is too short. Well, that doesn't work either. Okay, so now I'm going to revert to a triple. They're not exactly rare, but they're uncommon. So no. Have W here, X here. Okay, I think this is going to work. So this is a decent looking zigzag. This is a decent looking zigzag, but this is not a decent looking zigzag. No. Well, I'm going to put X here. I don't like that at all. What if Y is over here and B is over here as some kind of combination? No, because then that's a running flat. The high here, 22.1477. to this high is below this, so B would be a running flat, and it's not in the right context of a running flat. Context is important. Okay, I'm going to put these back here. I'm going to leave. I don't want to see X as a running flat either. This is not the right context. Put A, try A and B here. Could C be a 5-wave structure? With 1 here and 2 here, and then 3 and 4 and 5. It could have been. I think that's better than allowing a running flat. I'm used to this curved look for impulses for cryptocurrencies because of the fourth waves being more brief than second waves. I've been over and over and over that idea on this channel, and we see it unfold repeatedly, so that's okay. Okay, so 2 subdivides as a uncommon but not rare triple zigzag. 1 subdivides as an impulse. Pretty sure that primary 2 is going to subdivide fine. Pretty sure primary 1 is going to subdivide without any problems as well. Do I want to spend any time on that? No, it's got a count of 9. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's impulsive, so I won't label that. Okay, let's move on. Let's look at some technicals and see if there's strength off this low and if there's any oversold and any divergence down there. So I want to answer the question today, is this low of 11th of September likely to remain intact? Daily technicals, I'll just look at it from here. So here's the low of the 11th of September. There's no bullish reversal pattern off that low. Now you could consider these 3 candlesticks a morning star, but the body of this candlestick is not below the body of this candlestick, so it's not an ideal looking morning star, but it could be. I see in Nissan's book, Japanese Candlestick Patterns, which is the classic, that's the one I refer to, I see he does have some examples that aren't perfect, so that's okay. Okay, so we've got a series of lower lows and lower highs. This is a downward trend. It's got a nice channel around it. I drew it from this high to this high, pulled a parallel copy down to sit on these lows, slight overshoot here, resistance, moving down and away. Now today, the session of 28th of September 2023, coming up to find resistance at that line. What do we need to see to have that series of lower lows and lower highs broken? Well, it's this actually. Here's the last little short-term high. We need to see a new high above 20.547443 to have any confidence that that series broken. If this low is going to remain intact, we should be seeing a breakout above resistance at this trend line soon. If that happens, I'd expect a back test of support before price moves up and away, and look for next resistance at 26. A little bit of a push from volume for an upward session today. That's good to see for a bullish case. After that low of the 11th of September, there was steady volume, but it wasn't stronger than previous downward sessions. So we can't say that there was strength immediately up off that low. That's not a deal breaker for a bullish case, because if you look back historically at cryptocurrencies lows that have been sustained for years, they don't always show strength immediately. Sometimes you have to wait weeks to see real strength return to the market. They tend to be very slow around their lows. It makes the lows very difficult to identify. There's a nice little range here for recent movement from on-balance volume. So if we got a break above this resistance line for Solana, if that happens tomorrow and price breaks above that resistance line on the price chart, that would be a really good bullish signal. So I'd be drawing that line on balance volume and that trend line on the daily price chart for Solana, and I'd be watching that carefully tomorrow. Wow, ADX is at a really low level. It's setting itself up for a really strong signal. The black ADX line is declining, so there is no clear trend. Also, it's below 15, so no clear trend. But the DX lines are whipsawing. So this is typical behavior during a consolidation, and prices moving sideways in a consolidation. Watch ADX. If it starts to rise up, and reaches 15, whichever DX line is on top is going to tell us which direction the trend is in, and that's the strongest signal ADX can give. It would be then telling us that there is a new trend in a very early stage. RSI didn't reach oversold for the 11th of September and there was no divergence. However, money flow exhibited bullish divergence, didn't reach oversold though, so there's a little bit of bullishness at that low of 11th of September. After that low of 11th of September, volatility is severely declining, so ATR keeps moving lower. There's a lot of weakness up off that low. That's sadly normal for cryptocurrencies. Again, they're really hard to identify off those lows. Looking at the price chart though, it looks like there's a fairly decent looking V bottom having formed around the 11th of September, so I think it's reasonably likely that this low of the 11th of September is reasonably likely to remain sustained, and the Elliott Wave structure has a decent fit. So my bottom line for Solana is I want to see this trend line breached, and remember my definition of a breach is really conservative. I want to see a full green candlestick above and not touching this trend line. That would be a good breach. If that happens, I would have more confidence this low remains intact, and if we see a new high above 20.547443, I would have further confidence that the low of 11th of September is intact. After a breach, look for price to curve, backtest of support, before moving up and away. Look for next resistance at 26. That's it from me with an update for Solana for you. I'll hopefully be getting to Polygon soon. I'm sorry I didn't get it done as quickly as I thought I would. I've been busy and then I got sick, but here we are. I've done it now. So thank you so much for watching if you managed to get this far, and thank you for your support. So don't forget to like, subscribe and make a comment, because all of your engagement helps me grow my channel.